तेरी मेर दा बोलना तुदे आगे अरदास गुरु गुरु वाहे गुरु गुरु रामदास आद गुरे नमे जुगाद गुरे नमे सत गुरे नमे श्री गुरु देव नमे वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। We are going to touch a subject of Akal Takhat, the throne of the deathless. Today I like to go into the deeper aspects of it. The soul has no death, is a part of God, and God is a part of it. There are two definite situations in which you relate to soul or you don't relate to soul. It's called self-related soul and self-denied soul. This, we talk of free will, that's what free will is. Free will is whether we like to relate to the soul as total sum of God in us or we don't. As much you try to find God outside, that much you do not relate to your soul. In your heart, you should have this security you are alive. You are alive because you have a soul. In your head, you should have word of the Guru, so that your heart may not forget that you have the soul. There are two consequences of one sequence. Two consequences of one sequence is that we have earned the soul and we have earned this human body over and above the angels and far beyond the demons. The negative and positive force of the God has given us the most bountiful and beautiful neutral body of the human, in which the purpose is not to lose or to gain, purpose is to experience God. In the finite, to experience the infinite. That is deathlessness. Now you understand this Jesus Christ, about 31-year-old carpenter, no big deal. And this Friday when he walked through those cities, what they did to welcome him, they put some palm trees, palm leaves on the ground so that just, it's a kind of welcome. And when they ordered his death, they said, well, you walk on water, you fly in the air. Number one. Number two, they call as king of what? You call yourself king of the Jew, you are king of what? That's why they nailed him to the cross. Normally they tie a person to the cross, they nail him to the cross to make it more painful. And they put a throne, a crown, thorn crown they call it, to make him feel you are nobody. It is said he was crucified. The fact is he was not crucified. They brought him down in a day and a half. Normally you need on the cross 3 days to die. So he was brought in, he was taken to the grave, and the ladies were very good around him and they watched and they took him out, and finally you see, historically proven and research-wise it is true that there is a graveyard in Kashmir of Jesus Christ, and they say he lived over 100 years in that valley. And Kashmir comes on the Silk Route. So everybody who enters Srinagar and leaves Srinagar of rest or anybody has to register himself. So Jassu registered himself. You call him Jesus, that's not his name. Even you don't know his name. He entered Kashmir with a band of disciples. But what I'm trying to tell you, whether he died on the cross or he died in Kashmir, I'm not discussing that. Whether he lived 32 years or lived at 102 years, I'm not worried about that, but he's not dead. He has more property, more homes, and does not pay income tax, even today. Such a deathless guy. Nobody can kill him. Nobody can steal of him. Nobody can slander him. All you have to say good things. Now tell me honestly, had any newspaper done any research or anybody has published anything, how many times he used to take a bath, how many times he used to go to bathroom, whether he had ever a malaria fever or anything else? No. Those physical little gross things which the body goes or went through in his case, nobody cares. All they care is what he said, what he spoke, and what everybody believed. So basically the life is timeless and spaceless. That is to say, there is a record in the world that is our sanskars, and then there is a record of the world that is our karma, and there is a record called the Akashic records, the heavenly records. Heavens and underworld and the earth, there are three stages. Because if you say up, you have to say down, you have to say middle. There's no way out. But then what is deathlessness? Deathlessness is the experience within you, that of the experience which you can relate, and that what you can relate is a relevant, uplifting, infinite truth to the finite. That is deathlessness. That is Akal. Everything shall die, including you. Death is inevitable. But death cannot come to the world. That's why John said in the beginning there was a word, words was with God and words was God. That's what Guru Nanak said, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Sach, Nanak Hosi bhi Sach. In before the time you were true, within the time you are true, now you are true, ever you shall be true. So what is that truth? Because truth is a relevant term. My truth, your truth. My God, your God, our God, by God, they don't know what God is. There are two types of truth, gospel truth and gossip truth. Gossip truth is what you have heard and you want to believe, or you believe and you want to hear, is called gossip truth. Gospel truth is you don't want to hear, but once you hear, you don't want to believe. But you know somewhere in yourself that without that, you are nobody. You are somebody, but without that, you are nobody, and with that, you are everybody. Gospel truth is, with that, you are everybody. You are somebody, without that you are nobody, and with that you are everybody. Death comes to body, not to the Sat. It comes to the Naam, identity. It doesn't come to the Sat, Satya, the energy of God. I remember once in India, a man of about 80-year-old, but he used to look to me about 50 maximum, very healthy, extremely well, tracked me down. He went to so many things and went to... One day I had come, I just took off the clothes and I was just lying down and resting. And my orderly announced, a very old man, very wise man, and very holy man has come. I said, give me a time, I'd like to get ready to receive him. Because he's a holy man, and it's obligatory that when a man of God comes, you treat him like God. So where I went in, took a big cotton shawl around me, and I went to receive him. Then I was told that about 500 of his disciples have come with him. He has left them in the ground, and he has walked alone. I say, a man who travels with about 500 disciples must be somebody. Within that time and space, I found him right on me. I received him. I received him well. I recognized him. He was a man of God, practicing man of God. Very pleasant, very playful, very creative. I got up in attention and I said, what is that in the word which has brought you here? And he looked at me and he said, my intuition. Now when somebody says he has come there by intuition, not by invitation, not by anything else, what you can say? Now it's a matter to discuss. I said, then please, you are welcome. Second question was, what I can do for you? He said, you are the only one who can do for me. And I looked at myself. I say, I'm not yet 40. He's 80 or above. 500 men have come with him. He has come alone, barefooted. He tells me that I can do for him what nobody else can do, and he's telling me that he has come to see me by intuition. And I said to him, I said, look, I am just like a son to you, I'm too young. You have all the reverence, all the people, everything, the whole world bow to you. 100,000 people in the morning get up and meditate on you. How can I be any help to you? He said, can we talk? I felt stupid. I said, no, yeah, sure. I'm sorry, I'm just curiously surprised that... He said, can we have a room somewhere we can sit in private and I can talk to you? Sure. So I took him to my study room. He kept standing. I said, please sit down. He said, no, first you sit down. No, for me, it was a shocking experience. I knew the man, and I don't think with all the power you can even see him. It will take days. His status, his office, his whole thing was much. And I couldn't understand. So I sat down, what should I do? I sat down, he sat down. And I said, yes, please. He said, no, my name is such and such, call me by name. It was extremely difficult. I am telling you the experiences. Then I looked at myself. I said, my God, either I'm going to learn something or something is going to happen today. I say, all right, I am very pleased that I could be of any help to you. Please let me what I can do. He said, Marg darshan dikhao. Show me the path. That was it. I didn't faint because I was Virgo, but that did it. to this man I show the path? I said, let me tell you very honestly, people call me Yogi Baba, but I'm just, street yogi. I'm not that kind of, and I say I'm a rebel. I'm just not something which you might be looking for. He said, no. I know. He said, I saw you. I have meditated on it. And I have found you. It has taken me over a month and a half. First I could only see your face and locality. Then I have to verify. Then I found out that you not look like a sadhu, you are an officer, and one thing led to the other and everything got verified, and I have come to ask you to show me the marg. Darshan marg. Darshan means show, make me have audience with the path to God. I say, how can I do it? I can't. I am trying myself. I say, oh, because you are a Sikh. They are very humble. You don't have to. I mean, he said, people who make road do not have to travel on it. And from his seriousness and from voice of command, I understood that he meant business. There was no way out. He said, what is here to God and what is God to here? I said, nothing. What is the ungodliness? I said, forgetfulness. What is God? I said, remembrance. So you know. I said, well, everybody knows. He said, no, even I don't know that. I said, what do you mean, you don't know this thing? He said, that's the problem. How to get rid of forgetfulness? That's my question. I said, the only way to get rid of forgetfulness is to understand the root cause. In higher mathematics, you do the roots. Root this. Those who do higher mathematics understand how to take the root. And it's a higher mathematics. It's not ordinary people can do it. And I said, take the root of the existence to the square of its productivity and take the projection of its productivity to the triangle of the factualness of self. Is that? He said, that's real. But you have to go further. I said, when you take the root square, then self should be lost by multiplying it with zero. And in the infinity of that zero, then all exist. And you watch. And that is deathlessness. When everybody exists as it is, and you watch, you don't participate, you don't own, you don't react. Say those three things. But you look at the root of it. And root of everything is God. When you talk to somebody, don't get lost in the talk. Just remember, God is talking through you. Let yourself never talk. Let yourself be used by God to talk. Then see how the talk will be different. Don't be beautiful and get lost in your beauty. Feel that you are beautiful and you are beautifying yourself to be divine. There are 3 words, my friend, which you should learn. Dharma, karma, param. Param means doubt. Dharma means habitual righteousness. And karma means actions and reactions. A person who shall rise to the dharma, habitual righteousness, for which there is not a reason, not a logic. You know, in 18 years, I have shown I have a tolerance. Now, some people call me coward. Some people call me, he's a shaky. He doesn't take action. Some people call me, it's too much. That day in a very serious discussion, I was told, I have to draw the line. I said, draw the line on water? What it means? Draw the line means to confine and define God. To draw the line means to define the infinity. Infinity cannot be defined. The fact of the fit is what fits into the definition is not infinity. And now these people who love me ask me to define. Define what? Infinite is creating you. Infinite is changing 10 trillion cells of you within 72 hours. Infinite is working for you. Infinite is rotating the earth to give you, though you don't want to sleep at night, but He creates it. You don't want to get up in the morning, He creates it. Somebody told me, I don't feel fresh. I say, you can't. Why not? I say, you don't get up at the fresh hours of the morning, Amrita Vela, natural hours. You sleep through the natural hours and you want to remain whole day fresh. Impossible. So this man started asking me, and I was simply answering him. Finally, he asked me one question. He said, I need my salvation. I agree, millions of people love me, worship me, adore me, everything. But within me, I have a pain. I have a fear. Now that fear has reached the stage of phobia. I know I am not going to make it. Then I meditated, I prayed, I asked God, and I saw your face. I said, what a hassle. Instead of asking God to show my face, you should have asked God to show His face. Matter would have ended. You know, my back, I don't think that you are doing right things. I don't know. He said, what should I have done? I wanted a solution. I said, there's no solution. Why to ask solution? I said, what will happen if you will merge in God? He said, I'll be peaceful. I said, look, Maharishi Devan Dev, Satputra, the divine of all Rishi, the master of all infinity, the meditator of all meditations, Rishi Dusht Daman, when totally was merged in God and emerged in, become one, God told him to go and get born in Guru Gobind Singh. I said, Rishi Dush Daman, which took millions and millions and millions of years, to experience God, the infinity in the finite. When he became one, God gave him a job. Because every good son gets the impossible job. Every possible son gets impossible job. And God told him, go back to the earth, get born to these two holy people, Guru Tegh Bahadur and his wife, and you become Gobind Singh from Gobind Rai. Do it yourself. Look at the assignment. And then elevate people into godliness. As you have taken 3.5 million years to merge in me, go and make it happen that people can merge in me or can remain merged in me. They can remain believers and experience practitioners of infinity in the finite. And that's why Guru Gobind Singh created Khalsa, not that he was commissioned that he will get 10% out of every Khalsa he baptized. That was not the area or idea. What a soul took 3.5 million years to meditate, to worship, to perfect itself, to merge in God. And he explained his own words that he didn't want to come to the earth. I wanted to be in God. But God said, the best you can do for me is to go back. In his own language he says, Ram came, he made people worship Ram. Krishna came, he made people worship Krishna. He said Isa came, he worshiped people worship Isa. He said everybody came, they become worship themselves. They forgot God sent them to worship God and to connect people in experience of godliness. God is good. Wrong. Be good as God. Right. Dharma is that you should be good as God. Don't try, please. Don't try to search God. Don't try to meditate on God. Don't try to follow God. Leave Him alone. He is everywhere and you are nowhere. You know? Leave Him alone. Give Him rest. God knows what you are doing. You do not know what He is doing. Because you do not know what you are doing. How can you know what God is doing? So leave it alone and do one simple thing. Just feel God in Him. Somebody was asking me today, I want to be enlightened. I said, the easiest thing you have asked. He said, gee, no, I did this. I went to India, I went to Spain, I went to Germany, I went to Africa. I have studied this, I have studied that. After 45 minutes, I said, you are just lecturing a wrong person. You want to be enlightened. He said, well, that's true. I say, I can enlighten you on telephone. You don't have to see me. You don't have to seek appointment. Somehow you got my number, is fine. Now let's talk. He said, how I can be enlightened? I say, feel your bones like neon lights lit inside. And concentrate that outside the entire world is nothing but a bright light, that you can see nothing, hear nothing, and feel nothing. And out of nothingness, inside light and outside light will merge and you will be enlightened. He said, the way you say it looks so easy, but it's very difficult. I said, no, it's just touching the switch and putting it on. That's all it is. Just doing it. He said, right now? I said, yeah, lie down. Telephone was on his ear. I said, lie down. Close your eyes. Get away from the earth. Feel every bone of yours. And see the whole skeleton of yours is lit like neon lights. Feel it. Feel it. Believe it. And then be it. You will be enlightened. Simple thing to do. Feel God is talking from you. You know what you feel? You are talking. You know how important you feel? If you won't talk, heaven will go to hell. That's not true. Nothing will go anywhere. Matter can change into energy and energy can take to matter. Beyond that, nothing can happen. Deathlessness lies in your own infinity. Whenever you can cross the boundaries and remove the boundaries and rise above the boundaries and feel that within the skin and within yourself that 10 trillion cells are nothing but a dancing God, a happy God. You know, each cell has three things to it. Neutron, electron, and positive, negative, and neutral. And you have 10 trillion cells. These are the dancing gods in you. And the system of reality is that you have to relate to it. That's why Guru Nanak gave you the system of deathlessness. Guru Gobind Singh personified it. And of that deathlessness is the Akal Takhat, the throne of the deathlessness, to which we relate, which we worship, which we bow to, which we remember. This is the time when the Akal Takhat took upon itself the martyrdom that you can be awakened. As that old sadhu came to me to be awakened, I didn't started chanting Sanskrit to him. I didn't started chanting sutras to him. My innocent word of experience did the job. Because whenever you find things outside than you, then inside becomes empty, hollow and shallow. But when you find things inside you, then believe them. Believe them firmly. Love is a firm belief. Otherwise, is a prostitution. Love is a firm belief. Khasam vasare te kamjat. The soul which forgets the master is a prostitute. Kamjat, low grade, shallow. Khasam vasare ignores the master. Exactly this is what we are. We go after low-grade life. We grow about unproductive life. We go for something which doesn't matter. You know, catch 22. Catch 22 is, when you feel infinite, then infinity serves you. When you feel finite, finite bothers you. It chokes you. It makes you miserable. It puts you in a cage. It keeps you in a bondage. There's no freedom. And people want to be so sure that everything finite they have got, that is it. Actually, that doesn't serve the purpose. That's why the deathless is a guarantee to all living, who shall die, but some shall die and live forever. Some shall die as they have lived never. Repeat it. Some shall die and live forever. Some shall die and live never. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Sab tera, tumat bata hum par ke, tumre khero ka main sugale, koi na jaane tumra anta, uche te ucha bhavanta, sagala samagri tumre sutrathari, tunte hoy sahagyakari, tumre gatam netta tumhi jani.
पौड़ी प्रथम भगवती सिमर के गुरु नानक लिख ध्यान करते गुरु रविदास रामदास होई सहाय अर्जन हर गोविंद नु सिमरो श्री राय श्री हर कृष्ण ध्याय जिन डिठियां सब चाहे गुरु तेग बहादुर सिमरिए करुणा नियावे ताय दसवें पातशाह साहिब श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह महाराज सब ताई होना सहाय दसम पातशाह के स्वरूप दायरा गुरु हाजरा का प्राप्त साहिब श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी आपकी वाणी की महिमा कही न जाए ध्यान तर बोलना सतनाम
श्री वाहेगुरु श्री वाहेगुरु
सतनाम
श्री वाहेगुरु
साहिबजादे पंज प्यारे चाले उते शहीदां मरीदां हट्टियां जपियां तपियां सिद्धगवाना जिन्हां नाम जपिया वंश गया तलपित सीजते मनमत बटवाए पुठियां कन लवाइयां सीनी कीती आरा न दपाड़े हुए देखा जो वाले गए झंडा नाल बन के भूखे आप जी दे हुक्म पाने छीतियां पाईयां तिन्हां दी कमाई दा ध्यान तर बोलना सतनाम
श्री वाहेगुरु
सतनाम
श्री वाहेगुरु
सतनाम
श्री
प्याले पानी ते सवा सवा बन पीसल पीसिया बच्चा दे टुकड़े करवा हार बनवा गलां च पाए नेजिया दे टंगवाए सीनी उचरियां तेरे भाणे नु मिठा करके मन्निया तिन्हां दी कमाई दा सदका ध्यान तर बोलो सतनाम
श्री वाहेगुरु
सतनाम
श्री वाहेगुरु
सतनाम
श्री
जीवन के जिंदे धूप दिते घरां च बैठियां नूं अग्गां लाइयां टुरदे फिरदे जानियां नूं फड़ के शहीद कर दिता तेरे बाणे नूं मिठा करके मन्निया अज दे तली ते सिर रख के जूझण वाले जुझारूआं दी फतेह बख्शदे होए महाराज ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਕੋਲ ਕਮਾਈ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਾ ਗਏ ਤਿਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਸਦਕਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਦਰ ਬੋਲੋ ਸਤਨਾਮ
ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਸਤਨਾਮ
ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਸਤਨਾਮ
ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾਨ ਨਾਮ ਦਾਨ ਰਹਿਤ ਦਾਨ ਕੇਸ ਦਾਨ ਵਿਵੇਕ ਦਾਨ ਦਾਨ ਅਸਰ ਦਾਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ चौकियां झंडे गुंगे जुग जुग अटल धर्म का जयकार श्री साहब जी सहाय खालसा दे बोल वाले मानिया मत उची मत पत करा खाप अकाल पुरख वाहिगुरू ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਸਦਾ ਸਹਾਈ ਦਾਤਾਰ ਜੀਓ, ਪ੍ਰਤੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਿਗਹਿਬਾਨੀ ਕਰੋ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹਜ਼ੂਰ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਤਖਤ ਦਾ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਯਾਦ ਉਦੋਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦਿਨ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਹੈ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨੀ, ਰਹਿਮਤ ਕਰਨੀ, ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣੀ, ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਆਪ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਦਾਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਤਿਲ ਪੁਲ ਭੇਟਾ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਹੋਵੇ, ਸਰਬੱਗ ਵਾਧਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਬਰਕਤ ਆਵੇ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹਜ਼ੂਰ, ਆਪ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਦਾਤਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਮਹਾਂਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਦੀ ਦੇਗ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਭੋਗ ਲੱਗੇ ਸੀਤ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਕੋਲ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਛਿਕ ਸਕੇ ਸੋ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਫਤਿਹ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰੋ, ਅੰਗ ਸੰਗ ਸਹਾਈ ਹੋ। ਤਨ ਤਨ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਿਆ ਤਨੇ ਸਵਾਰਿਆ, ਪੂਰੀ ਹੋਈ ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਅਫਸਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਰੇ ਤਾਰਿਆ। ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖੋ, ਰੱਖੇ ਰੱਖਣ ਹਾਰਾ ਬਵਾਰੀਆਂ, ਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਪੈਰੀ ਪਾਏ ਕਾਜ ਸਵਾਰੀਆਂ। ਹੋ ਆਪ ਤੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਮਨ ਵਸਾਰੀਆਂ, ਸਾਧ ਜਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੰਗ ਭੋਜ ਲਾਰੀਆਂ। ਸਾਖਤ ਨਿੰਦਕ ਦੁਸ਼ਟ ਖਿਨਵਾਏ ਬਦਾਰੀਆਂ, ਤਿਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੀ ਟੇਕ ਨਾਨਕ ਮਹਿਮਾ, ਜਿਤ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਸੋਇ ਸਗਲ ਜੁਗ ਜਾਏ। ਤਿਸ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੀ ਟੇਕ ਨਾਨਕ ਮਹਿਮਾ, ਜਿਸ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਸੋਇ ਸਗਲ ਜੁਗ ਜਾਏ। ਮਿਹਰ ਕਰਨੀ, ਅੰਗ ਸੰਗ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬਿਨਿਆ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ। ਆਏ ਪ੍ਰਾਣੀ ਜਨ ਗੁਰ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਕਬੂਲ ਕਰੋ, ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸਿਦਕ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਦਾਨ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨ ਨਾਮ ਦਾਨ ਅਖਨਾਨ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਆਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਅਕਾਲ ਕੀ, ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਚਲਾਇਓ ਪੰਥ, ਸਤ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਲੋਕ ਗਏ, ਗੁਰੂ ਮਾਨਿਓ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਜੀ ਮਾਨਿਓ, ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਨਾ ਕੀਤੇ, ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੋ ਮਿਲ ਬੋਝੇ, ਕੋ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਵੇਲੇ। ਰਾਜ ਕਰੇ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਕੀ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ ਕੋਇ, ਸ਼ਰਨ ਜੋ ਹੋਵੇ। ਰਾਜ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਕੀ ਰਹੇ ਨਾ ਕੋਇ, ਵਾਰ ਹੋਏ ਸਭ ਮਿਲਣਗੇ, ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਜੋ ਹੋਵੇ। ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ।
श्लोक। सरगुण निर्गुण निरंकार, सुन समाधि आप। आपने किया नानका, आपे ही फिर जा। अष्टपदी। जब आकार ऐहो कचना, दृष्टि का पाप पुण्य तब कहते होता। जब तारी आपन सुन समाज, तब बैर विरोध किस संग कमान। जब इसका पर्ण चैन न जापत, तब हरख सोग कहो किस है व्यापत। जब आपन आप आप पार ब्रह्म तब मोह कहा किस होवत परम आपन खेल आप वर्तीजा नानक करने हार
नंदूजा।
Shlok. The formless Lord is himself related and absolute. He is in primordial trance. The formless Lord is himself related and absolute. He is in a primordial trance. Nanak, through his own creation, he again meditates on himself. Ashwadi. When this world had not appeared in any form, then by whom were bad acts and good ones committed? When the Lord himself was in profound concentration, against whom then were enmity and jealousy harbored? When no color or outline of this man was seen, say who then was affected by joy and sorrow? When the Supreme Lord himself was all in all, then where was the worldly love and who had superstition? When the Supreme Lord himself was all in all, then where was worldly love and who had superstition?
Vasikana ko I will like to request you on this Akal Takhat day, we must understand something. This is the day to ensure prosperity. That's why I request you to bring things. There are two ways of elevation, Sangat and Pangat. You participate in Sangat, you come personally, you listen to the hymns of the Guru, you sing or you listen to the song. But Pangat, you take the langar, you sit together, but participation is to, you prepare the langar, but you participate also through things. That's why all the things you bring today shall go and be used towards langar. That's a very old, foolproof system, guaranteed system of prosperity. Some people have questioned, well, we come and what is the guarantee that we will be prosperous? Life is a loss and gain. If losses are cut down to the minimum, gains are extended to the maximum, things can be comfortable. Therefore, please remember on the 6th of every month in the evening, we have this Gurdwara in honor of the martyrdom of the infinite throne of immortality. It is the throne where deathlessness exists. Therefore, it is not only enough that you come, but make it a point to bring others who forget about it. We forget we are part of God. We forget what is priority in our life. We forget what love is. If we forget not things and just learn the definitions and define ourselves into those definitions, we are infinity. We are the light. So whenever month changes and 3rd, 4th hits near, start calling friends. A prosperous friend is very good. If you visit him, you will get a good breakfast. If friend is poor, you walk to him, he will like to see where your purse is. So prosperity is not a bad thing. And for coming for the day to ensure prosperity is a virtuous thing. And it will be further virtuous if you bring those who have forgotten to enhance their prosperity. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. To live poor is a curse. So get rid of that.
Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam 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 Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam
Vaheguru Ji Ka
Khalsa
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Hey, border patrol. Hey, some people are just border patrol. They run around the borders and once in a while they drag in, welcome. My habit is very mischievous, what should I do? This is going to be a Baisakhi week, it's a week of love and prayer, and I have one intention which I have never let you know. I will like one day to sit down here at the ashram at some time in the evening and we'll go for 2.5 hours for a straight meditation. I do not know anybody want to participate or not, but some will. So maybe it has to be before 10th anyway. Is that true? And Saturday is, what is the new to be renewed? And when is the business course? Friday is business course, Saturday is renew to be new, and Sunday is Baisakhi. Is that true? Is that all right? So what is left with us is what? Huh? Monday is what? She's right. People will prefer to go and see the Academy Awards than anything else. I understand. Normally that day, people, it's the attitude, it's the habit of habit. However, so it is tomorrow, right? Yes. Tomorrow? Yes. All right, do one thing. Bring at least few friends. If nothing, but not less than 3. Don't come otherwise. What's the idea? If you can't do a little job for others, you're useless. Everybody is selfish. To live for self is totally ridiculous. Bring friends.
What time, sir?
And we will start tomorrow. Is Guru Days. Isn't Thursday?
Thursday.
Tomorrow is Guru Day. 8 p.m. 8 to 10:30 we'll finish, and I will lead the meditation. It will not conflict with the yoga center. There are some classes or something. 6:30, but we'll do it at 8 o'clock. Fine? 8 o'clock will be okay? Huh?
Yes.
8 o'clock at yoga center. We'll meet for 2.5 hours straight meditation. I won't tell you what it is, but when you will come, I'll tell you then.
Guru Tegh Bahadur's birthday also.
Well, Guru Tegh Bahadur meditated for how many years? God. He broke all records. Quite a guy. All right? Tomorrow? Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Think hard doing Nirvana the same way she did Guru Das.
I'm overweight, but with this.
An excuse.
No, it's enough, it's 6. That's the best way to get prosperity. Put it around my neck. What poor yogi can do. But no.
2 more. I'll give that later.
Show me.
Gotta find it.
Find it. That's a collection.
There's one more, but I'm not doing it now.
Come on.
It's not in here.
Come on.
Is it in here?
Show me. Why to keep secret?
I don't think it's in here.
It is a sangha.
It's not in here. It's not in here. I'm sorry. It's in there.
Everything come in 3, it is 1, 2.
I don't have it in here, I don't think.
Where you got this? Flying suit.
What do you call it? A what? Flying suit. A flying suit.
Look at me.